This is going to be a really awesome video, super informative for so many players looking to train magic. And alchemy, I would say that's the #1 way people train magic nowadays. And I'm going to give you guys some tips and just the best items to alch for profit. There's probably like 40 of them. I'll be going over a few items and some really great money making methods at the end of the video, so let's get right into it. But before we begin, I want to show you guys a surprise. Seerz village, it is completely done. It looks amazing, man. It looks so good. So if you guys do want to support the channel, check it out. It means so much. And this is only the first wave. Like, I'm going to be adding in so much more designs for you guys. But yeah, leave a comment if you guys do think this is cool. Now let's get on to the video. I do have some methods to show you guys. I truly believe that high alchemy is still the #1 way to train magic overall in the game, especially for like level 80s and 70s and 60s. It's almost all you see at the GE. I'll definitely include a whole bunch of items for you guys to alch for profit, whether you're just standing there. But I would highly recommend you guys go do skills such as Slayer, maybe even agility. Rune crafting is even good. Definitely farm runs are amazing. You could even alch while you catch like red chins and stuff. And yeah, you might have heard me say Slayer. Like, what? How can you alch during Slayer? You can actually alch in between like the hits of your scimitar and your whip, or whatever weapon you're using. I would highly recommend you guys do this. It's gonna speed up your XP like twice as quick, obviously. And if you guys only have a couple hours to play, it's gonna literally save you months over the time getting 99 magic or 94. And most people just use high alchemy on like yew longbows, maple longbows, magic longbows, maple longbow used. There's some other good ones out there, but like none of them compare to any of these. And all of those other methods, you definitely lose money. Nature runes are roughly 215 at the making of this video, and of course they could differ, but I couldn't see them going above like 270 in the future and as low as 200. I'm also very curious. Feel free to leave a comment of what you guys have alched mostly in the past. I want to say I mostly did maple longbow use, because they were always so cheap. They were like 115 to 130, and you could buy 10k of them with the nats. But if you're going to buy like magic longbows, you can only buy 2,000 of them or something for the same price. Also guys, shout out Sir Katup, I don't even know how you say that, and he changed his name to Down a Tunic. But yeah, asked last video how long it would take for me to re-gear in the Rev Cave, and this guy got it right. So shout out to him. Good luck on the 1 mil, bro. Use it wisely. Also guys, a huge tip when buying items, let's do Mystic, air staff. We can just try this. Definitely buy it and then sell it back, and we can check the prices. Like, we can see right here, I would have saved 200 GP just for me checking the prices. So it's like a huge thing. If you guys really want to profit, you gotta do this. Alright, so moving on to the first item, Dragon Plate Skirt and Dragon Plate Legs. These things have been at high alchemy price for like a year or two plus. It is kind of sad to see some items reaching this value, but of course, they just come into the game so much, and players have found out that like Barrow's armor and whatnot is way better. And yeah, they've just switched over it. I've seen some players suggest, why don't they just raise the high alchemy value? Instead of 160k or something, it could be, I don't know, 250k. But that wouldn't be too healthy for the game with all that gold coming in. You could buy these items from the GE for 161.3k and alch it for 162. And of course, you would want to factor in the nature rune of the current cost for what it is for you. And one last thing before we get into it, if you didn't know, the GE is actually set per every 4 hours of buy limits, and I'd say almost every item in the game has a buy limit. There are some items that are unknown and they're not correct on Wiki or GE Tracker or OS Buddy. A couple other people have made videos about how Jagex has never released some info for some of the items, but about 90% is known. And there's so many, guys, it's crazy. I'm obviously not gonna read them all off. I'd say most logs are like 11,000. Coal and all that stuff is 13,000. Dragon boots are 70. The more you merch, you start to learn it. I would suggest investigating the best item for you and how much gold you have, because some items are like really good profits, but they cost so much. Or you maybe can only buy 40 per hour, where other items you can buy 200 per every 4 hours, all that type of stuff. And the last tip I could give is definitely plug in all these offers when you go to sleep, and you can wake up after 8 hours, of course, with 2 sets of just so many alchables, and you guys have 8 GE slots. The next item is Mystic Robe Tops, and this is awesome because you can buy 125, but there's 3 different colors, and you could definitely play around with all the other Mystic items. I believe the bottoms are later on in the video, but you could try gloves as well and all that type of stuff. Definitely a basic item, but it's something that everyone overlooks. It's Rune Plate Skirts. and play legs, of course. You buy them for 37.9k. You can alch them for 38.4, and the GE limit is 70. But you can buy gold version, you can buy trimmed version, you can buy all that stuff. And then the next item I'd recommend is Ruin God items. There's so many, and everything is so cheap because everyone does clue scrolls, and some people don't even need the items. Another great item is Addy Plate Body. You could even do Mithril Plate Body, but the margins are a bit smaller. But yeah, buys for 9.6k. You can buy 125 per 4 hours. You can buy it for 9.6k and alchs about 10 GP less than 10k. One of the last items I want to talk about is blue D bodies. There's green D bodies. You could even do red D bodies and black, but just the blue bodies, for example, you can buy 125 per 4 hours. You can buy it at 5,240 GP. It alchs for 5,616. That's some good profit. I'm actually going to be posting a 1 to 99 magic guide very shortly. So I actually saved a lot of good money making methods and, you know, some of the more higher tier kind of elite training methods, but I do want to share a medium level, you know, training method. It's still good gold, and that's making Lumbridge Tabs. You can actually make them for 309 GP, you know, with all the supplies, and sell it for 570 GP, and there's roughly 2.5k sold in the GE per hour, not 4 hours, per 1 hour. You could also do Bones of Peaches. Every PVMer needs this, like at God Wars for Bandos and all that stuff. It's a huge item. You can make it for 564 GP and sell it for 825. That's some pretty good profit. You could also do the iconic Varrock Tab, 305 GP, sell it for 514. Teleport to House is probably the most common tab, 309 GP to make, 517 to sell, and yeah, it's 28k sold an hour. That's so crazy. It's everyone just, you know, going to their house. The houses are so OP nowadays with all the portals, all of the pools, you know, there's like fairy rings, all that stuff. It's so good. But yeah, I do hope you guys found this video informative, you know, especially if you're lower level. You know, I'm sure you learned some good tips on how to save some money instead of losing money when alching. But yeah, guys, if you stayed till the end and found the video, you know, helpful, definitely throw a like and subscribe if you haven't, and check out Seerz Village. It means so much to me, guys. So have a good one. See ya.
Chronic drinking, old English, rags, tie, gang sign, letters on my